Agriculture, a very important issue in Namibia, a very important player in the agricultural space. What are some of the key discussions that you'll be going into and signing those much needed agreements?
Well, we are not signing as agriculture any agreement, but we do have a relationship with Namibia. We did discuss yesterday a number of issues, some of them relating to trade matters. There are issues that we raised with the Namibians, particularly in respect of the stance they've taken in not taking our vegetables and other horticultural stuff. So we've agreed that we'll have another bilateral, which will include agriculture and trade, to look at this matter so that we can understand what is the rationale on their side. We appreciate, of course, that they are wanting to protect their industry, particularly their smallholder farmers, but for us, it's also a challenge in terms of trade because these have been our trading partners, and when they took that decision, we were a bit taken aback.
Minister, the last part is the Namibian port and the Durban port. When there are incidents on the N3 in Moy River, when trucks are burnt, the Namibian port gets to get favor from SADC countries. What is South Africa's game plan from a cabinet perspective where you sit in order to get those much needed business opportunities to export Africa's goods to the rest of the world?
We do. You do appreciate that South Africa is actually dealing with its logistics system, particularly to ensure that we can attract investment.
Thank you very much, Minister. The Minister of Tourism.
Yes.
Sophie?
Yeah, the Minister of Tourism. I know South Africans like to visit Namibia.
Yes.
Anything on the table?
We are signing a memorandum of agreement today. Yesterday I had a meeting with the Minister of Tourism, and there is a great need for us to get the tourism numbers back to where it was pre-COVID. You know, the numbers have gone down substantially. So we've put together technical destination marketing from both sides, and they will be having their first meeting in the next 2 weeks. And we're also going to look at the air access both from South Africa to Namibia. So I'm very excited that we'll be signing that memorandum of agreement today.
And the tourism board firing them tomorrow?
No, I'm gazetting tomorrow in terms of the act, the dissolution of the tourism board. And in the same act, I will then be announcing 3 names that will be the caretaker board until I can replace and bring a new board.
Thank you for your time, Minister. I think Samkele, the writing is on the wall there in terms of the tourism board.
The writing is indeed on the wall in terms of the tourism board. As the bilateral discussions start, President Ramaphosa and President Hage Geingob are going to start their private discussions, discussing the international balance of forces, discussing issues of the SADC region, discussing issues of the Great Lakes region and the north of Africa, as well as those 2 areas of Africa will be meeting in Burundi to discuss the various conflicts in those areas, particularly knowing the problems that the Great Lakes region is faced with, and issues pertaining to South Sudan as well would be at the top of the agenda, and of course the Russia-Ukraine war, and also the upcoming BRICS nations conference that will take place in South Africa in August. Aldrin.